In the heart of ancient Persia, a great conqueror rose, Cyrus the Great, the man who built one of the world's first empires. But while his victories shook the world, his death remains wrapped in shadows. Was it a battlefield fall, divine punishment, or something far more mysterious? Part 1. The Rise of an Emperor. Born into the 5th century BC, Cyrus was no ordinary prince. He was destined for greatness. As a young nobleman in the kingdom of Anshan, he lived a life of luxury, yet ambition burned within him. When the Median nobility oppressed his people, Cyrus defied them, overthrowing their rule and establishing the mighty Persian Empire. His empire stretched across Asia, Africa, and Europe, a feat unmatched by his contemporaries. It was the first of its kind, a true testament to his strategic brilliance and military prowess. But Cyrus wasn't just a conqueror. He was a visionary leader. He championed religious tolerance and promoted cultural exchange. His empire became a melting pot of cultures, a beacon of diversity in a world of warring nations. Part 2. The Fateful Campaign. Now, despite his many achievements, Cyrus wasn't invincible. In fact, his empire's expansion came at a cost. After conquering Babylon, he turned his attention north, where the nomadic tribes of the Eurasian steppe posed a constant threat. Among them were the Massagetae, a fierce warrior people led by the formidable Queen Tomyris. Their clashes with Cyrus's armies were legendary, each side determined to outmaneuver the other. But as the years passed, Cyrus grew weary of the endless campaigns. He longed for a decisive victory, a way to end the Massagetae threat once and for all. And so he hatched a plan. He sent an envoy to Queen Tomyris, proposing a parley. The queen accepted, hoping for a peaceful resolution. But what Cyrus had in mind was far from peaceful. As the two leaders met, supposedly Cyrus extended his hand in friendship, only to have the queen cut it off in a fury. Enraged, Cyrus drew his sword and charged. And in the ensuing battle, Queen Tomyris perished, adding another notch to Cyrus's belt of victories. Or did she? Part 3. The Queen's Revenge. According to Greek historian Herodotus, after the queen's demise, Cyrus continued his campaign against the Massagetae. But victory soon turned to ashes in his mouth. See, the Massagetae had a custom. When their queen died in battle, her body was embalmed and placed in a chariot, then driven across the battlefield for all to see. And who could blame them? It was a powerful message of defiance and strength, yet it was a spectacle that Cyrus never should have witnessed. As he watched, supposedly an arrow loosed from a passing chariot found its mark in his eye, bringing an end to the great emperor. Or was it divine retribution? You see, Cyrus had made enemies in high places, quite literally. Before his rise to power, he'd been a devotee of the Median gods. But once he seized the throne, he declared himself the one true king of the universe. To top it off, he defaced temples and monuments dedicated to the gods, earning him a place on the naughty list. So when the arrow struck him down, some believed it was the gods taking their revenge. But there's another twist. The very account of Cyrus's death was considered a blasphemous lie by some. They claimed it was a deliberate insult by Herodotus, who was Greek, to besmirch the reputation of the great Persian king. What they wanted was to paint Cyrus as a victim of divine wrath. Part 4. Mystery or Myth. Now, we may never know the true tale of Cyrus's death. Most accounts are often contradictory or unreliable. Some claim he died elsewhere, perhaps from wounds sustained in a different battle. Others insist the tale of his demise is nothing but a fabrication, a mere figment of Herodotus's imagination. What we do know is that Cyrus was laid to rest in Massagetae, the modern-day Fars province in Iran. His tomb, a simple structure according to ancient accounts, still stands, though no remains have ever been found to confirm his fate. So was it a mighty battle, divine intervention, or a jealous historian's ruse? Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in the mists of time, forever lost to history. Cyrus the Great, a king, a conqueror, a legend. His empire lives on in history, but his death remains an unsolved mystery, whispered through the ages.